What's up, everybody? Bat Tracy back again for another collection update. This is number 47, I believe. Lex will not be joining me tonight as he is in his room getting ready for bed. It's kind of late here, so yeah, I just got off work after a 12-hour shift, and I'm going to do this. So this will be fun. Cue the music. Woo. Alright, so we're going to start off with the DVDs. We actually have 3 DVDs, 2 from Dollar Tree, and one's a new movie that I went out and bought because they didn't have it on Blu-ray. So yeah, we'll go through these pretty quick because 2 of them I haven't watched, so I don't have much info. But first one I got was the Baytown Outlaws from Dollar Tree. It's got Billy Bob Thornton, Eva Longoria, and I think Daniel Cudmore's in this. He was Colossus in the X2 and X3. Haven't watched this one yet, but I'm kind of interested in it because it sounds kind of interesting. It's about like 3 redneck brothers who basically act as vigilantes. So kind of interested in that one.
I'll just join
Look,
you now.
look who it is.
No, just restart.
I'm not gonna restart. I just talked.
I have an intro and...
Hey, look, it's Lex Dahl. There's your intro.
What movie did I miss? The bad one?
The Baytown Outlaws.
Yeah, okay.
Next up, this is another. If you've followed our channel for a while, you know I buy weird stuff.
I picked this out, didn't I?
No, I bought this alone. I don't think you were there.
I was there. I was definitely there.
And this is Mist. Sheepdog Tales, A Helping Paw.
I thought you were going to say, if you follow our channel, you know that most of the videos I just come in and don't actually start.
Oh no, I just buy weird stuff. You want to read the plot of this?
Oh boy, oh boy. Miss Sheepdog's adventures are more exciting than ever. With the lambing season just around the corner, it looks as though the pack is going to be short-pawed. To everyone's surprise, Jake introduces his 3-month-old son, Eddie, to the group. Together they lend a helpful paw to an orphan lamb, a homeless ram, a clumsy duck, a brood of fluffy ducklings, and a lost eagle. With a host of new characters and returning favorites, Miss, Jake, and Eddie and the gang prove that a dog's life is never dull.
That sounds like trash. And then last up for the DVD portion.
I think Bella will love this as much as she loved Puppies and Kittens.
Probably not. And then last up for the DVD portion, we got Why Won't You Be My Neighbor?
No, won't you, my neighbor?
Why Won't You Be My Neighbor is what I like to call this movie. And this is the documentary about Mr. Rogers. And this says 4 stars, but I'm going to go up and say this gets 6 stars. Because this is so far my favorite movie of the year. That's every movie that's come out in the year of 2018. Just in general.
They should
I
know
could limit but I mean I could, because you could make the argument, well, it's a documentary, it doesn't count. So I'm saying across all mediums of film, this has been the favorite thing that I've watched this year.
Got it.
Yes, and you were there also.
It was. We were the only young people.
Yeah, and there's that part where he hated gays, and then a couple years passed, and then he loved the gays.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Rogers loved everybody. Just took him a couple years. Okay, so this is confusing.
What?
This one that I am holding, he purchased. The one that he is holding, I purchased. But I like the artwork on the one he purchased more, and he likes the artwork on the one I purchased more. So we got 2
I never
copies.
saw that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. We'll show off the steelbook first, I guess. Or you can go first.
I'll go.
The Digibook.
Digibook monster.
I love the back of this.
Digibook.
With the
Why would Lawrence Fishburne make it and not Pym?
Oh, it's everybody.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you open it up. You'll
Oh.
see. Just keep unfolding. I'm pretty sure.
That one doesn't unfold.
So yeah, you can show all 3.
So this is the really bland blue disc.
Yeah, show all.
I showed everyone. Oh, there's another person? Oh, I showed that already.
Pop the disc around and you can turn it around. The Blu-ray disc is just blue.
I said that.
It's everybody. All 6 characters in the movie.
Pretty much. Michael Pena. So I don't know if you guys are a fan of Michael Pena, but he's the most boring person in Hollywood, we just found out.
Yeah.
He's so
You can
boring.
show off the Digibook if you want. I think it's just the art gallery. Kind of explains the characters. I just.
Well, that's how Black Panther was, except for the Peyton Reed. Yeah, it's a foreword by Paul Rudd, and then it's literally just the director. Every single Cassie is second build, and then Wasp. And then,
Yeah, it's like gives character bios and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I like digibooks.
It's just.
And then
that.
For the steelbook, I guess. So the steelbook is pretty cool, I think. It's got Wasp on the cover right there, shrinking, with Ant-Man on the back, and there's the spine, which I think is the same as that. There you go.
My spine is red.
And the discs for this, there's the 4K. Is this the same 4K disc as that?
No.
Okay,
I don't think so. Mine was like black. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. But the Blu-ray disc is different.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. And then there is the inside of the steelbook with them running. Pretty cool. And so next up, picked up Arizona on Blu-ray. This one also came out on 4K, but I figured this is not a movie that needed 4K. And also Best Buy didn't have it on 4K, so. But I wouldn't have got it anyways. So, stop questioning me.
I wasn't.
And so this is getting mixed reviews, I guess. Oh, also, I really love the artwork on this. And the spine is super cool. I really like the artwork. But, yeah, mixed to negative reviews. I think it's got like a 43 on Rotten Tomatoes. So, mixed to negative. And, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Wasn't great, but I love movies that take place in the desert. Which this does. And, it's also got a great cast.
It doesn't. That was just a statement you had to get out there.
Just have to say that. It's got a great cast with Danny McBride, Rosemary DeWitt, Luke Wilson. It's also got Elizabeth, Caitlin Olsen, I meant to say.
What do you know Rosemary DeWitt from?
I know her from things I can't
never heard of her.
I can't think of it.
Like, oh, that's great cast.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's basically, it takes place in 2009 during the housing collapse. And it's got a cameo by Seth Rogen also, pretty cool. But his house gets foreclosed on. He owes a bunch of money and he's in debt, and so he goes and basically kidnaps his realtor. And yeah, it's like a dark comedy. It's pretty good. Check it out. Next up, got the 4K of the Big Lebowski. I for some reason blanked right as I was looking at the cover. Yeah, I can literally see the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, just blanked. This is the 20th anniversary edition because it came out in 1998. This movie's older than you. Most movies, I would say, are older than you. But that's probably a true statement, honestly.
The good ones.
Yeah, I love this movie. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh. The rug really ties the room together. You're out of your element, Donnie.
I know that one.
So yeah, I really love this movie. If you guys haven't seen it, you should see it now. It's directed by the Coen brothers. It's got Jeff Bridges and John Goodman and Steve Buscemi, who I think is a very underrated actor. Yeah. Like, he does this goofy Adam Sandler stuff, but then he's also like a serious character actor. I almost said method actor, but he's a character actor.
The better movie by the Coen brothers.
What's your favorite Coen brothers movie? That's a good question, actually. What's yours?
Fargo.
You haven't seen a lot of theirs, right?
I've seen Fargo.
I think Raising Arizona might be my favorite, but Fargo is probably my favorite. Or this.
Let me look up if I've seen anything else.
Raising Arizona is also really good. Burn After Reading's pretty good. I know I'm forgetting some off the top of my head. Next up is a movie that you loved. This was Blockers, and I bought this because it's one of the few movies this year that I haven't seen yet, and I got maybe a half hour into it. I really tried. It's a pretty funny movie. It's got some really, really funny moments, but this movie made me feel bad inside, and because it's just about high school, and
I protested it from the start.
Yeah, it just made me feel bad about myself. So I stopped watching it, but maybe you'll like it. Let me know if you saw it. This one doesn't have the digital code because I got it at a thrift store, just to let you guys know. But don't have much to say about this one. Although the first 20 minutes were really, really funny. Next up, got this one from Dollar Tree. Don't know anything about it except that it's rated the greatest sports movie of all time and everybody loves it. But the plot sounds really weird. It's about a chick who sleeps around with a baseball team every season. So that's weird, and 2 guys compete for her. Why would you want that? We don't know. This is Bull Durham. It's got Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, and Tim Robbins. And Tim Robbins looks like a weirdo. He kind of looks like Ike Barinholtz.
I've seen 2 Tim Robbins movies.
And also the disc is a baseball.
And they're probably his 2
Shawshank.
worst performances.
What?
It's boring.
Not.
It's such a boring. Nothing happens and it ends, which is Morgan Freeman walking up a fucking hill along a fucking wall for 20 minutes. You know
That's
the line?
not how it ends.
You know, yes, he walks up the line. I did not care about
I know
spoilers.
the ending.
Yes,
but that's
the ending.
not how long
The
it
end.
is.
He goes through the hole, then it cuts. Boom. Rain, search dogs. They're going in the trench.
I know how it ends.
Okay? Then it cuts to Morgan Freeman on the bus. Goes back to that town. He walks up that long brick wind, gets to the
It's not that long.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's not that long.
Gets to the tree.
Because it also shows him on the beach. That's how the movie ends.
Gets to the tree.
It ends with Tim Robbins on the beach in that
Digs
place
out-
that they talked about.
No, he
and
digs
he
up the
gets
tree
there.
and he has the lockbox of all the stuff Tim Robbins left him. And the entire movie is just a Morgan Freeman narration. It's awful.
It's a great movie. Next up, I think I got this one at Best Buy. This is the day after tomorrow. This is an upgrade. We had it on DVD.
Features songs by Nickelback.
Does it?
I don't know. It just says "Where will you be?" and then
Oh.
"If today was your last day."
This is directed by Roland Emmerich. This is probably my favorite Roland Emmerich film.
Not Independence Day.
Independence Day is probably my favorite, I guess. Yeah, I always forget about that one. This is my second favorite Roland Emmerich movie.
Well, the Drunk Explains even up yet?
No. I only put the first one up. I'll put the second one up. But, yeah, I bought this because of the slipcover. Just kind of looks cool. I like the design of it. But it is, if you're curious, the old Blu-ray. So nothing updated. Just the slipcover. But yeah, so not going to talk about that one much. Next up, pretty weird because we had the third last time. And this time we have Hotel Transylvania 2, which I really like this movie. I think this is a really fun one because it has the kid. And also, the little girl werewolf is in love with the kid. And they're like a thing. And it's so cute and fun. And the slime guy's in it. And Dracula's dad shows up and he's super fucking old. And yeah. Yeah. Also, there's a really sticky part here.
What did you do to it? You come with the movies again?
No, it had a sticker on it, and, yeah, just sticky. So, yeah, Hotel Transylvania 2. I feel like next collection update, we have to get one. But maybe we won't.
Lee Thomas, more like 2 Thomas.
You want to talk about this one?
This is more...
Alright, this is a movie that I watched, and you watched parts of it.
I did.
And it was not a good movie. It was actually really bad. Probably one of the worst movies of this year so far. That's I Feel Pretty with Amy Schumer. I think this had a great story. And they could have done a lot with it, but they chose to do nothing with it. And
they chose to cast Amy Schumer.
And Amy Schumer's performance was pretty good, I'll admit. But the things they did with this movie, it's just, I don't know. There was like one part that made me LOL and nothing else. Like, so... But Rory Scovel...
She wasn't even in it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't even her.
Yeah,
it was
that,
oh, no, yeah, it was when she fell down and bumped her head. It was fucking crazy.
Oh. I thought it was the part with the guy in the bathroom.
That was pretty funny, too.
Not that part, but I mean, I thought he had something.
And then Rory Scovel is in this movie.
That's great.
And he's the best part of this movie.
He's the best part in every movie.
Every scene he's in, he steals the show. And, like,
he's only
his
in, like,
character's the best.
He's only in a couple scenes in the house, and he has the best scene in the entire movie.
Yeah, I really like Rory Scovel. I think that guy is on the up and up.
Do you really like Rory Scovel?
I have seen two things with him that I very enjoy.
You had to look up his name.
But I know it
during
now.
watching
I know it
yeah.
now. Rory Scovel.
Rory Scovel.
There he is. He's that guy.
He's the best scene.
Can't even
in
see
the
his
house.
face.
Why are you leaving? Hey.
It's our microphone. It's not connected to anything.
I bought us a microphone. Next movie, get in here. Do not vape on this, though, because it smells great, and we don't want to ruin it. The next movie I got, my boss recommended me, and he said it was like, you can get rid of this.
Yeah, I was just gonna
And
say.
he said that it was like one of the funniest comedies of all time.
And he described the opening scene to us, and it sounded really funny.
Yeah,
and
it sounded really great.
It wasn't as
great. And he tells me it so much, so we finally bought it. It was the last 2 copies left on Amazon. And we got like 20 minutes in.
Yeah. No, we watched 20
like
minutes.
Exactly 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was I Hope They Serve Bear in Hell, the true story of Tucker Max. That part I added. It's actually called I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, and rated it unapologetic. So it's based on a true story about this guy Tucker Max, who just decided that...
Well, can we say he's not a good guy?
He's not. Well, we'll get into that.
He's a very bad person.
So literally his goal was that his friends were like...
He's going to do a Helen Keller.
Yeah. Well, it's more than that. He had to sleep...
But he wanted...
Yeah.
That was the goal. He was going for a Helen Keller. That's where you fuck a blind chick, you fuck a deaf chick, and you fuck a mute chick.
Yeah, but he wanted every race. He wanted short girls. He wanted tall girls. Like he had to sleep with everyone. It's based off his website, where he just describes every story. He's not a good dude. A couple of years ago, he's still like big. Like I think he did a TED Talk and stuff. So, but a couple of years ago, he told Planned Parenthood that he would donate $1 million and build them a new center as long as they named it after him. And they were like, yeah, no, we're not doing that, dude.
Which I think that's so funny. Yeah, ridiculous.
But
ridiculous guy. This is a bad movie.
The movie...
I give it 2 thumbs down.
Like, yeah.
He's so unlikable. The guy, even the guy who plays him, I hate this act. I don't know who he is, but I hate his face now because of this movie. His character is like... What's the thing you dislike the most? Bees. You hate bees, right? Yeah. It's like you took 1,000 bees and you made a person, and that person is Tucker Max. And you're just like, wow, I fucking hate that guy because he's made of 1,000 bees.
You know, like, both members of 21 Pilots, imagine they had sex, birthed a child, and then that child just fucked everything. That's what Tucker Max is. It also, like, 5 minutes in...
Who's the one actor I like in this
Jeff Stoltz.
Jeff Stoltz. Jeff Stoltz is in this, though.
About 5 minutes in, they throw a whole cheat-in angle at you, and then, just to make matters worse, they show the cheat-in stuff, and that was instantly like, okay, we need to turn this movie off for me. And then it just got worse.
Yeah, and Jeff Stoltz, I feel bad that he was in this, because he's in October Road.
But, apart from that, he seemed to really enjoy every scene he was in. He was really killing it.
Who?
Jeff Stoltz.
He looked bored. Alright, so next up, this is an upgrade. Had it on DVD. And this finally came out on Blu-ray. It's Pat, the movie, which is widely regarded as one of the worst movies ever made. But I kind of enjoy it. It's about Pat, who's played by Julia Sweeney, who is ambiguous for her sex. I can't think of the word. What's the word?
I don't know. I've never known it. You say it all the time. And
it's gender bender, but yeah, I can't think of the word. Sexually ambiguous, but there's a name for it, but I can't think of it. But yeah, it's about Pat, and Dave Foley also is a character who is sexually ambiguous. You don't know, but yeah, basically it's just the whole movie is about you're just trying to guess the gender of Pat and Chris, who is Pat's boyfriend or girlfriend, because you really don't know. I kind of associate Pat as female and Chris as male, but that's mainly because of the actors. But you really could go either way in this movie.
Is Dave Foley in the SNL sketches?
I don't know. I've never seen the SNL sketches. But there's one character in this movie who, like, legit goes insane just trying to see Pat's genitals. And, like, it's like hair pulling out, like insane. Like, I think at the end of the movie he gets locked in an insane asylum and his wife divorces him because he's like, just all he can think about is Pat's genitals. It's crazy. He's like, there's one scene where he's like trying to seduce Pat, and Pat's just kind of like, so just ambiguous about it and just kind of like, oh yeah, all right. Yeah, it's...
So that's a DVD copy that won't be going up north.
No, yeah, I made my parents watch this movie, and my dad absolutely hated it. He said it's the worst movie ever made. And when I offered to give him the DVD copy, he said no, he would rather throw it away. So, yeah.
Your favorite movie?
Next up is a movie we had on VHS as a kid. Do you have to go outside? Next up is a movie that we had on VHS as kids. And it just came out on Blu-ray the same day that It's Pat did. And these are, I forgot to mention for its Pat, these are actually 2 movies I pre-ordered like 3 months in advance.
Right.
Yeah, I pre-ordered them super crazy early, like the day they got announced. And the second one is Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal, or as you know him, Shaq, the Rack. He's got big tits. Okay, so yeah, Kazam, and I watched this again because I remember it as a kid being a bad movie, and so I watched it again. Yeah, it's still a bad movie, but it's a good bad movie, kind of like The Room, where it's enjoyable and how bad it is. I showed you the song "We Genie" because the babies had rabies and we was in Hades, and I don't know the whole rap, but wouldn't it be great if I did? Let me know if you've seen this. What are your thoughts? Do you like Kazam? Do you hate it?
A lot of people have seen it.
A lot of people have. Oh, also I forgot to mention for its Pat. Both of these are released by Kino Lorber Classics. They're kind of like a company who does. They're similar in a way to the Criterion Collection or Shout Factory or Shout Select, things like that of that nature, where they put a lot of special features and stuff. But its Pat actually has no special features, and the only thing Shaq has is the theatrical trailer.
Kazam.
So Kazam. Sorry, did I say Shaq?
Yeah.
Oh well. So there you go.
The next one is my favorite superhero film that is not Marvel or DC.
It's also an upgrade.
It's also
We had it
an
on
upgrade.
DVD.
I still have the slipcover and liner paper of the DVD copy because I wanted to keep that. This has the DVD right here because I don't care about the DVD. It's Kick-Ass.
With the slipcover.
With the slipcover. I also have the slipcover. We were thinking about it. I was like, how funny it would be if we gave away the DVD copy signed by me, and then if I ever became famous, someone would try to sell it, whoever we gave it away to, and they'd be like, well, why is this signature? What does it have related? Oh, he's just a YouTuber I like. It's just a cool dude.
He once said that Kick-Ass was his favorite non-Marvel or DC superhero movie.
It is in that. Well, do you count? I don't consider Scott Pilgrim a superhero.
It's a comic book movie.
It is a comic book movie.
And
but
yes, he also is a superhero because he has superpowers and he fights bad dudes.
He has to.
So yes, it is definitely a superhero movie.
I don't call him a hero though, because he's a huge dick.
Definitely is a superhero though.
I don't think he's a superhero.
He definitely is. He's got superpowers and he
really
fights bad
because
dudes.
everyone in the world just is like.
Okay, but those are the 2 things. Those are the 2 things that
he
you
doesn't
need
really
to
have powers.
He has a sword.
He's
He
like
also gets
sky
resurrected.
high.
We're not talking about it
He
anymore.
just earns a life.
It's like the Transformers movies. You don't think of them as it, but they're technically superhero movies.
I do.
Even though they're garbage movies. Yeah, Kick-Ass. I don't know.
Fast and Furious. This has a shit ton of special features though. We have 3 discs of. Well, disc 1 is.
Yeah, the 3rd disc is the digital copy.
Yeah.
So sadly, we won't be giving that one away. So next got R.I.P.D. the Rest in Peace Department, which I actually liked this movie. It came out a few years ago. It's got this really nice slipcover. It's got a shine to it, a gleam, if you will. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie back in the day when I saw it. It's not great, but it's enjoyable with a great cast of Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds. Which, have you ever seen a bad movie with Ryan Reynolds? Because I have.
Yes.
Yeah. He was in Safe House.
Green Lantern.
I never saw Safe House, but
There's
I
a
just assumed it
rom-com I
was
saw.
bad.
Proposal was pretty.
Proposal's alright.
It was
I've seen
alright.
the movie a lot. We saw it in theaters.
We were the only people.
I don't like Just Friends, really.
Never saw that. We were the only people in the theater for Proposal.
Yeah.
We walked into Proposal. Like, I remember we saw the trailer and we're like, well, we're seeing that.
Oh, this has also got the chick from Weeds and Mary Louise Parker. That's her name. I almost forgot. And it's got Kevin Bacon in it. He's the bad guy.
We were like, that's funny because we have another movie with him as a bad guy.
Yeah.
We saw the trailer and we're like, we have to see Proposal. And we walked in, we're like, this is the big sell. This is the summer blockbuster.
It was good. I liked it.
This is the movie, and
Yeah.
no one was in the theater for it.
Good.
We went opening day. We were so excited for the Proposal.
And this is also based on a Dark Horse comic book.
Yes, it is.
I would say the thing about this movie that I think overall is why people don't like it is the story's a little lame. But the CGI makes up for it, because I think the CGI in this movie looks pretty good. Alright, next up, I got the Everything Blue. That's the company.
Hurts my eyes.
The Everything Blue lenticular steelbook hard
You know
case.
it's lenticular?
Yeah.
I always thought it was lenticular.
Yeah, lenticular.
It's lenticular.
And I think I just say lenticular sometimes. But yeah, it's with the full slip. This is from Everything Blue. They're the same company that, if you recall, they put out the Scott Pilgrim steelbook with the full slip, which we don't have the steelbook currently because someone's borrowing it.
So what we're getting at is they put out the best movies.
They put out Edgar Wright movies. Yeah, they just put out Hot Fuzz, which I got to get that, but it's kind of expensive. So here's the back paper. I kept that on to show everybody, but I'm going to go ahead and pull that off because it's stupid.
And I like the actual back, but he said he doesn't like it.
I do like this.
But
I don't like the... I kind of don't like this one. This steelbook. I don't know why. It's just...
I don't know why.
I've just never been a fan of that one.
But it's so fun. It's so puffy.
But yeah, so we're going to break down this whole thing because it's so cool. So there's the lenticular full slip. Nothing on the sides, but there's the spine. Couldn't think of the word. Could you throw that away? So, steelbook.
Can we watch
cover.
this?
Watch what? Yeah,
The
it's region free.
Okay.
So there's the front cover with the spine, and the back cover, a romantic comedy with zombies.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't remember.
So there's the full steelbook, and then there's the innards. And then it came with a whole bunch of stuff. First, it came with this credit card. So there's the back, so Shaun of the Dead, and the front with that. And basically, this card just is the number of production. So I have number 617 of 2,000. This is limited 2,000 copies. So if you want this, go fucking get it, because there's not many left. I'll put the link in the description if I remember. No promises, though. Just Google Everything Blue. And then also came with this, which I did not open yet, because I was going to open it.
You were opening?
Yeah.
We got married at Walmart, down by the Frankenberries. Killed a guy in Texas, stole my grandma's Hyundai, now our faces on the magazines.
So these are just two placards, I guess you would call them. It's two stills from the movie.
They're technically called,
I don't know.
what are the thins called? I know because I took a film class. What are those?
Martin Freeman right there.
What are the drawn thin called? The
I really
storyboard. I believe they're called storyboard stills.
Okay. And then there's the one of them in the street. And then it comes with, I assume, well, they're kind of like trading cards, but not really. There's Nick Frost as Ed. There is his girlfriend. I can't remember her name in the movie. Liz? Is it Liz? I think it's Liz.
Actress?
No, the character.
Actress?
There's Sean.
Do you know the actress?
I don't know the actress. There are those two twin zombies. Pretty sure that's Liz.
Trouble.
Liz again. And there's Sean. And there's Ed. So that's everybody. Ain't that cool? I really like these Everything Blue sets. I think they're my favorite company that's putting out like specialty. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
They're my favorite company that's putting out these specialty Blu-ray steelbooks, I guess you could say, because there's a few of them. Like, I haven't bought one from Manta Labs or anything, so I can't speak on the quality. This is one of my favorites, and they put out my favorite director's work, so I highly recommend Everything Blue. Go check them out on Instagram, actually. There you go.
Now let's go from a great film to a very terrible film.
I disagree. This is one of my favorite films of the year.
It's just awful.
It was so good.
Such a disappointment.
Sorry to bother you. A Get Out on acid. I would agree with that. Wildly original. Feels like weaponized hilarity.
This movie
I
was
agree with all
the 2018 version.
And the slipcover is amazing looking.
This movie is the 2018 version of That's My Boy. It's got you in it, and you keep going. You go, wow, this is a pretty good movie. And then the end hits, and you go, fuck this movie. I'm never going to watch it again.
I love the ending of this. I love the ending.
You love the ending of That's My Boy.
Such a twist ending. This was written and directed by Boots Riley, who, as we both know, or as I know at least, he is one of the two people in the Street Sweeper Social Club who have the song 100 Little Curses.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Breckin Meyer stars in the music video. Yeah. And the other member of the Street Sweeper Social Club is, can't remember the guy's name, but he's the guitarist from
Street Sweepers.
No, I think his name's Tom Morello? Is that his name? Tom. He's from Rage Against the Machine, I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah. But yeah, I love that
He
song.
made a bad film.
100 Little Curses. Such a good song. Breckenmeyer. Yeah,
Yeah.
Breckenmeyer. Yeah, he's done anything.
He's not related to Seth, right?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, I genuinely love this movie. It's in my top 5 of the year so far, and
I think it's in my top least.
I
favorite.
love this movie. The ending is balls to the wall, insane. No spoilers,
Terrible.
because
I spoiled it for every single person I talked to after I saw it, just so I could get them not to see it. You're the one that reads spoilers ahead of time.
Yeah, but this is a twist ending. Why would you give them out?
Because they don't need to see this movie.
They do need to see it. It's amazing.
Really bad.
It talks about all the social, political, everything. It's a satire on.
There's cheating in it.
There's no cheating.
There's everything you hate. Don't tell me there's no cheating.
So yeah, sorry to bother you. Next up.
This is my favorite movie, comic book superhero movie. It's not a DC or Marvel.
You can say this is your favorite original superhero movie.
That's
Not based
true.
on any previous. It's an IP.
I'm trying to think if that's true. Griff the Invisible's pretty damn good, but this is better. It's super.
Written and directed by.
Yeah.
Come on, you should know this off the top of
James
your head.
Gunn.
James Gunn. It's his second movie.
It's funny because it has rape stuff in it.
Yeah.
And he makes rape jokes.
Yep. Well, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've seen all 4 of his movies,
I think he
right?
still could. What?
No, you haven't seen Slither.
I've never seen Slither.
I've seen all of James Gunn movies.
Did he direct that?
Yes. He's directed 4
we
movies.
found out, I think, in
Slither,
a video.
Super, and The Guardians.
Was that in a video that we found out that I've seen every single piece of work from?
I don't think that was a video.
Who was that?
Sean Anders.
I've seen everything Sean
He's
Anders
literally
has done.
seen everything Sean Anders has written, directed, produced.
There was like 2 short films.
But those don't count because those are college.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I've seen everything.
He's seen literally everything.
Don't even know
I'm missing just one.
Yeah.
No, 2. Horrible Bosses 2.
And you've seen Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, so that was it.
No, there was one other one, I think. Should we do this on video?
No, I think
Well,
I've seen
anyway,
all
Super is
except
incredible. I've been pushing for us to get it.
Yeah, I finally found it at a decent price.
This has, I think...
Kevin Bacon's a bad guy.
That's what I mentioned earlier. I think this has probably my favorite... Probably, it's got to be in like, I don't want to say top 3 because I know that'll be a lie, but top 5 favorite movie scenes of all time. It's got to be.
Which one?
The God scene.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
If you haven't seen Super...
highly recommended. Highly recommended. James Gunn's a fantastic director. Watch all his movies.
I don't know if it's a spoiler per se. So the movie, it's a love story.
Super?
Yes. When you break it down, it's a huge love story.
Kind
No,
of.
not kind of. It is a straight up love story.
It is not a straight up love story.
It kind of is.
It is very
he does
dark
everything
humor
for
and
his
perverted.
Wife. He does
and
everything
so
for
weird.
his wife. Everything is for his
Oh
wife.
yeah, we should talk. The cast is Rainn Wilson, Ellen Page, Liv Tyler, Kevin Bacon, and Nathan Fillion.
And if you're not a fan of Liv Tyler because you think she talks really soft and seems really sappy in most of her films, like
boring.
I do, she's always boring. She's not in this because she's kind of drugged out of her mind.
She's still pretty boring.
She's still pretty boring, but she's like, whatever. So it's an interesting movie, but he does it all for his wife. So technically, it's a love story.
It's kind.
But there's a lot of him.
It's super violent too.
It is
insanely violent. It's weirdly violent.
I don't think montages are a spoiler, so I'm going to say one scene I really enjoy. There's one scene where... So it's a montage of him just becoming the Crimson Mask.
The Crimson Bolt.
Crimson Bolt.
And Bolty.
And Bolty. But Bolty's not here yet. It's just Crimson Bolt. So he becomes Crimson Bolt and he's stopping crime. And so like there's one scene...
Shut up, crime.
Where he uses a wrench, because no superhero's ever used a wrench before, and he's on a fire escape. And there are these guys doing a drug deal, and he drops the wrench on them. And then there's this scene where an old lady jaywalks, and he just beats the shit out of this old lady with a wrench.
It's him just literally attacking people for, like, petty crimes.
Yeah,
he's like, it's so violent.
He's in line for a movie, and someone cuts in line, so he goes in his car. Everyone watches him change into the costume, and he beats the guy to death on the street.
Yeah, it's insane.
But anyways, there's this. It's either him like kind of chasing his wife or having a lot of personal relations of or revelations of kind of how his life could be better. It's kind of a religious journey, but not really, because like
he's already religious the whole movie.
There's like religion around him, and he's trying to like kind of figure out what that means. But there's a scene, it's a God scene, and it's great. So watch Super.
All right, this is the last movie of this update, and I really wanted to watch it before the update, and I started it the other day, and I just I think I turned it off because we went somewhere. I went somewhere with Dad, and so I turned it off, and then I literally came home and just never turned it back on. So didn't watch it.
You've been doing that a lot recently.
I know. I gotta get back to watching stuff, and this one I'm really excited to watch because the story sounds fantastic. It's Upgrade, certified fresh. Been getting rave reviews. I'm sure maybe you've seen it. Let me know if you have seen it.
We mentioned it last week,
yeah.
So I mean you knew this was coming.
Yeah, this is from the producer of Get Out, Happy Death Day. I think it's Blumhouse Productions is the company that did this. Written and directed by Lee Whannell. Yeah, produced by Jason Blum, so it's a Blumhouse production. Basically, a lot of people are saying that this is the Venom movie that they wanted but didn't get.
Yeah.
Because basically it's about a guy whose wife is murdered in front of him, and he's shot through the spine, so he's paralyzed. And basically his friend injects him with STEM, which is like, it's this nanotechnology basically that goes into your body, and like he's able to walk and do stuff, and basically it like enhances him to where he basically has superpowers and can do stuff. So he goes after revenge on his wife.
I watched it, and it's probably my favorite superhero movie. That's not as easy. I didn't watch it.
But that's why a lot of people are saying that it's the Venom movie that they wanted but didn't get. Is because of those reasons.
I mean, I don't know who this actor is.
He plays Shocker.
That's right, I found that out, because you had no idea who Logan Marshall Green was, and I was like, I know who Logan Marshall Green is.
Yeah, he's from Spider-Man.
So never mind, I was going to say I'd probably like him as Venom, but I loved him as Shocker. I was so mad when they killed him, too. I'm so mad.
I also love this.
I loved
the slip
him
on this
so
one.
much. I really like this actor. I've only seen him in Spider-Man,
and
that I know of.
I'll say right off the bat, don't have the digital for this, because we got it from Half Price Books.
I have seen Prometheus.
Have you?
I
haven't watched that yet, because I know people say it's just bad. Alien Covenant, though, I watched that, and that was fucking fantastic.
See, I think I'm a bad judge, because movies like that, like, people, I think, don't like them because, Alien, like, everyone loves Aliens.
Yeah, but only the first two Aliens are good.
Dad watched Prometheus, and I was there for, like, most of it, but I wasn't there for, like, most of it where, like, I caught 50 minutes but missed the end or whatever. Mm-hmm. No, it was actually Ken. It was, so you know how when Ken comes over, you walk up and down a lot, kind of. Yeah. And so it's like that. So I saw a lot of it, and then I saw, I don't want to spoil anything.
David, though, the character of David.
Michael Fassbender?
Yes.
That's what I was going to say.
He is in Alien Covenant.
Okay.
He plays two different characters in Alien Covenant, because Alien Covenant comes after Prometheus.
Okay.
So I kind of picked up, because Prometheus, I'm pretty sure, is like a 3-hour movie. It's very long.
David is in
And, yes, he's
Covenant?
in Prometheus. And then he's also in Covenant, yes.
How is he in Covenant?
Because he's an android.
Okay.
So, and they make, like, Michael Fassbender plays two characters in Alien Covenant because he plays David and then also a new android.
Because that was the scene I was going to say.
Yeah, well, hold on. So anyways, I was able to pick up on, like, what happened with David in Prometheus because of Alien Covenant. And I'm really glad that the way Covenant's set up is where you can totally pick up on everything Prometheus did because you don't need to see Prometheus.
I'm trying to think if David's the guy that... Yeah, okay.
Why are we talking about Prometheus? How do we get on this?
We were talking about...
Oh, because Logan Marshall Green's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was going to say, so it isn't David. I know... Well, David does die, and you know that from seeing Covenant, I guess. You said
never
you
said
picked that up. You said he's a different android, and that's how it makes sense.
He plays two different characters in Covenant.
I'm pretty sure he dies in Prometheus. But I thought he was the other crazy death, but he's not the other crazy death. People die in Prometheus a lot.
They're horror movies.
Yeah,
Everybody dies in Covenant,
but
except for like 3 people. And Danny McBride's in Covenant, and let me tell you, he's amazing in that.
So yeah, movies.
Alright, so the digital codes that we have available, we got 2 copies for Ant-Man and the Wasp, so 2 people can win that. So we have Sorry to Bother You. You can comment for that. I Feel Pretty. Hotel Transylvania 2. Which Hotel Transylvania 3 was the big.
I don't know which one it is, but I think it's this side, but it could be.
Day After Tomorrow. We have the code for that one. You haven't seen that. blockers didn't come with one, so we got the Big Lebowski. I think this is the only 4K UHD code this time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's everything.
Okay, can I just say the 4K Ultra HD, like to say that shows you movies that are on Ultra HD now, they're all movies I hate.
E.T.'s great.
E.T.,
The Mummy, I haven't
Great
seen.
Wall, 50 Shades
I haven't
Darker,
seen any
and
of them
The
except
Fate
for
of the
E.T.
Furious.
So yeah, those are the codes that you can enter to win. And then we have something big to give away this time. It's our first ever
We're actually doing it?
physical media giveaway.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
I didn't know we were doing it.
And this is the Disney Halloween collection, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus. And it is unopened. There's the plastic. This is a Disney Movie Club exclusive. I am part of the DMC.
And he gets charged for it and
I get
never
charged for it. And,
cancels it.
yeah, this was like $40. So whoever wins this,
You just you just say no.
I
Check your
forget.
emails.
I just forget.
Do it every day.
I did it today. I declined it today.
What
But
do they want to send you?
it was Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Incredibles 2.
That would have been great. Was
Yeah,
it a
but
double
they're so
feature?
expensive.
Oh.
Like you pay way more for the club. Yeah, but
get
so
points.
it's it is still sealed. There's the 2 movies
No,
in there.
We're not doing that like a real.
Yeah. So everybody, you can enter for this.
I thought everyone
And-
was entered for this.
Everybody can enter for this. Whoever wants to.
Okay.
And basically, so like in the next giveaway, if you win a code, okay, you're still eligible for this. So you can possibly win a code and this.
So let's just
And-
say everyone that enters for any codes are entered. That makes
No,
it
because
even.
you specifically have to enter for this.
Okay.
That's one. So yeah, this one is up for grabs. First ever physical media giveaway.
We mail it to you.
we're
which
gonna
I think
mail
is
it to you.
weird.
Why?
Because
Why
we
is
don't
that
have
weird?
a PO box, so then they just know our address.
We're not putting our address on it.
You have to.
No, you don't. So yeah, we'll send this out to you. But we have to end this video. I'm running out of space on my phone. As always, I'm Bat Tracy.
I'm like, no.
Comment down below for any codes you want. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed listening to us ramble.
Subscribe, notification bell.
Yeah, subscribe if you haven't. And
Also
let
check
us
out
know
my
your
Saturday.
favorite Coen Brothers movie. That was the
Yeah.
question of this episode. Follow me on BatTracy01 and your...
Straight to JT Strick on Instagram, Idiot Doll on Twitter.
Yeah. So, bye!